Good afternoon, friends. Welcome back. It's a beautiful day here on the homestead. As I said in the last video, that I was going to start creating more videos about the homestead soon enough, and here we are. This is, I think I'm going to title it, The First Year of Living on a New Homestead. What have I learned and what have I, experienced? What do I take from it? Well, this first full year was interesting for sure. We've officially been on the property since July of 2020. And we'll be officially in the house November, the week before Thanksgiving, November 2021. And so it's been a very interesting year, to say the least. We've had a lot of learning experiences, a lot of new things to figure out. It's a blessing and a curse, and all in all, I'm very thankful to have experienced it how I have. Would I change anything about it? Yes and no. So we were living in our camper the first 4.5 months of being out here, and the camper set up there by the power pole, right? And I have a water well and electricity there and sewage system set up, and man, that first couple of months was great. It was nice and hot, and we had, this weather right here. It's the beginning of October right now, and by I don't know if it was the second or the third week of October, we had freezing temperatures, negative degree weather, like 4 nights in a row. Our camper froze, our water, the holding tanks froze, the water lines froze. We didn't have heat in the house yet. We didn't have water in the house yet. We had electricity. It was just a horrible situation for about 2 months, or 2 weeks, sorry. And then we got heat. We got the fireplace hooked up with the propane, and then we got the water and the plumbing and everything figured out. But I tell you what, there's been a lot of learning curves, and all in all, I'm very, very thankful for all of the stuff that we've experienced in the first year of living here. Like I said, it's a blessing and a curse to be where we're at, in the sense of homesteading. Would have been nice to have walked in on 20, 30 acres with a house and the outbuildings and stuff already here in place. Absolutely would have been fantastic. Wouldn't have to build a house. I wouldn't have to build a chicken coop. Wouldn't have to build a shop or a barn or anything. I could put animals up right away. But we walked in here with a blank slate. 2.5 years ago, we bought the property and then started building. And I had a vision and an idea and thoughts in place. And I had a plan. I have a 1-year plan, a 5-year plan, and a 10-year plan, and so on and so forth. The 1-year plan was obviously to get the house here and get it to be livable. The only thing I had to do on the main part of the house now is to get some tile done. And it's not being done right now because of motivation or the lack thereof. I wanted to get chickens on the property and a chicken coop built that wasn't going to go anywhere with the winds and the weather we get. That got done. We got a storage shed that I bought and put in place to be able to store not only our possessions while we were waiting to transition from the camper to the house, but we had to have a place to put our cats through that time, because we lived in a very small camper for the first 4.5, 5 months we were here. The dogs got the luxury of being in the camper, but we had at the time 3 cats, and they were indoor cats that didn't like to be in a very claustrophobic area. Unfortunately, around that same time that we had the negative degree weather, the negative 10 degree weather, those nights, the first night we were in the house with some friends and family, one of our cats passed away. I do believe she got feline parvo because it happened very, very quickly. She was fine 2 days before, and then the next day she just smelled like she was rotten on the inside. Took her inside the house with all the friends and family who were here, and she passed away. Kind of the first heartful, of a death on the homestead, but that's something that we came to realize, that living this lifestyle, things happen. You grew up on a farm, you experience the farm life, you realize that animals come and go, and they're part of your life for whether it be a short amount of time or a long amount of time, and they die. And it is what it is. Things happen. This lifestyle is not for everyone, but it is what I want to have. Now I know there's some people out there who would see our homestead, and the nice house we've got, and the nice outbuildings that I'm building, and my idea for a nice big shop, and they'll say, well, man, it must be nice. But they don't ever pay attention as to what it must be nice really means. It must be nice to go into debt. It must be nice to work your ass off, going to school for 10 years. It must be nice to live paycheck to paycheck for those 10 years of education, and then to not be able to go on vacations and stuff because of your job. And thankfully, my wife and I played our cards right when we were younger, when we were first married, and they're on out, to be able to do what we're doing now. A little backstory about myself here and my wife. Our marriage, when we were first married, we didn't have a whole lot of money. We had some wedding money, but for the first 4.5, 5 months that we were married, I didn't have a job. We moved many hours away from friends and family. I didn't have a financial backing because I'm not a silver spoon kid by any means. And we had enough money to pay rent and to buy some groceries. For the first 4.5 months, 5 months, I was doing odd jobs. I was mowing lawns, as I had always done since my teenage years, but I was also traveling 2.5, 3 hours to make a couple $100, painting houses and that kind of stuff, to be able to buy popsicles and to pay rent and our utilities. My wife and I, we lived off popsicles for the first couple of months of our marriage. Not because, we chose to do that to save money, but we decided what was important to us was having a roof over our head and to be able to do a couple other things in life. And so we chose to eat popsicles. And was it the greatest time? No, but it was a learning experience. And I feel like a lot of people don't get that learning experience, or they never give themselves the ability to create a learning experience that will carry on for the rest of your life. And here we are now on 80 acres of land with a nice house and outbuildings. But there, of course, along the way it was a little rough, here and there, but this is the lifestyle I want. Away from a society that is going to tell me what to do. I can do what I want, how I want, when I want, where I want, and I don't have to ask for permission. I don't have a neighbor next to me telling me I can't put a tree here or put a tree there, and I don't have a dickhead neighbor catty corner yelling at my wife because she's playing with my kid in the backyard. Hope that guy burns in hell. It's a fantastic time. 1 year on the homestead. There's a lot to be learned, a lot to be done. But that's just for starters for this video. Gave myself a 1-year plan, and everything I had done on my plan, or had planned out for my 1 year being here, it got done. And so on to the 5-year plan. But the sub 1 year plans in there is nice to have too. Tell you what, guys, it's hard to talk about this kind of stuff and not sound like you're bragging or being that guy. When I see people say it must be nice, they never see the heartache that went into it, the debt that went into it to get there, or emotions broken, or physical brokenness. Must be nice. And I understand. I've been in a lot of people's different shoes. I don't share it because there's always going to be that person that, well, you didn't experience my life. You've never experienced life how I have. And a lot of people don't realize that everybody else's life is different than theirs. It's just the one that I'm trying to create for my wife, for my child, and my future friends and family, from essentially nothing. So, yep, first year on the homestead has been full of ups and downs, lessons learned, lessons to be made. Yep, I'll be making more videos about this soon enough. But anyways, until then, keep calm and carry on, guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.